Everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Zachary, and we will be reading this story called Who Really Killed Adam Walsh. All content goes to Maggie M for writing the story. Before we get started, I do want to include a trigger warning that this story does include graphic content, including but not limited to murder. So, if you are triggered by that or anything else involving any type of murder, I advise you to click off of this video and just go watch another one of my videos. Alright, let's just jump right on into it. The kidnapping and murder of 6-year-old Adam John Walsh is one of the most famous cases of child abduction in the U.S. On July 27, 1981, Adam and his mother entered the Sears department store in the Hollywood Mall in Hollywood, Florida. It was just before noon. Adam's mother, Reve, left him at a video game booth in the department store. While she went to another section of the store to request information about a lamp, several older boys were taking turns playing with an Atari 2600 at the video game kiosk. At least, I believe that's what it's called. An argument broke out over whose turn it was to play. This attracted the attention of a security guard who asked the boys if their parents were in the store. When they said no, she asked the boys to leave the department store. It theorized that the little 6-year-old Adam was too shy to tell the security guard that he did not come to the Sears with the older 4 boys. Once outside, the other boys left and Adam was left alone. When Reve returned to the video game booth, she could not find Adam. A store manager explained what happened, and Reve paged Adam over the store's public address system. She then searched the store for him, eventually running into his grandmother, G, who also began searching. After an hour and a half of failing to find him, they called the police to report that Adam was missing. For 4 days, 24 police officers who would search the mall while a helicopter searched overhead. But little Adam was not found. 2 days after he went missing, his parents contacted a psychic named Mickey Dane. The psychic touched the Atari game console in the Sears department store that Adam was playing with shortly before he vanished. The psychic told him Adam was scared, but okay. His parents and the police believed Adam had been kidnapped. Adam's parents left their car in the mall parking lot with a note asking Adam if he comes back to wait by. 4 days after he disappeared, his parents offered a cash reward for anyone who could provide information that would lead to his safe return. On August 4th, 3 witnesses, a grandmother and their 2 grandchildren, stepped forward to say that they had seen a blue van chasing a boy that matched Adam's description on the day he disappeared. The police told the public to be on the lookout for a blue van. Many tapes came in as a result, and over 100 blue vans in Florida were searched to no avail. Adam's parents printed flyers with a message for Adam's kidnapping stating that they were willing to negotiate for a ransom, even going so far to say that they would not prosecute anyone who came forward with Adam. In capital letters, the flyer stated, "Do not fear revenge." At one point, John Walsh told reporters that he and his wife had met with 15 clairvoyants, 13 of whom believed Adam to still be alive. My bad about that. Anyways, Adam and Reve Walsh went on local television to plead for the return of their young child and circulated pictures of Adam in the Sears department store, hoping to find new evidence. I at least believe that's what that word is. Anyways, police searched nearby canals and swamps for Adam's body, but found nothing. However, sadly, any hopes that Adam be found alive would be dashed on the evening of August 10th, 1981. When 2 fishermen discovered the severed head of a young boy in a drainage canal near Voyeur Beach, Florida, about 130 miles from where Adam went missing, police were informed of the terrible find at 7:30 at night, and they worked quickly to identify the remains through dental records. The next morning, John and Reve Walsh were interviewed on Good Morning America. They spoke on how hopeful they were that their son might be found alive, and they offered $100,000 to anyone who could bring Adam safely home. Tragedy it was, shortly after this interview on Good Morning America, the results on the severed head found in Vero Canal came back. The head belonged to Adam Walsh. Forensic determined Adam's cause of death was asphyxiation, I believe that's the word, and that he had likely died several days before he was found. The Walshes were upset at the police, believing that they should have taken the case more seriously. In October 1983, serial killer Otis Elwood Toll I believe that's the name. Can anyone correct me if that's wrong? Would confess to the murder of Adam Walsh while serving time for another crime. At first, he claims he committed the killing along with Henry Lee Lucas as a casual partner in crime and a fellow serial killer. However, this turned out to be impossible, as Lucas was serving time in Virginia when Adam was abducted. Toll then changed his story to say that he killed the boy on his own. He tells the police where he supposedly left the rest of Adam's body, but investigators are unable to find anything. Without proof or a body, prosecutors don't charge Toll with the murder. Toll will later be found along with Henry Lee Lucas to have lied about many of the crimes he confessed to. Throughout the rest of his life, Toll would confess and then recant and then confess again to the murder of Adam Walsh. At one point, he even went so far to write the Walshs a letter from prison asking for $5,000 in exchange for knowing the location of Adam's body. In 1996, Toll died of cirrhosis of the liver on his deathbed. Told his niece he did indeed kill the young boy. John and Reve grew increasingly frustrated as doubts and rumors about their son flooded the news. Meanwhile, police kept Adam's head in a freezer in the morgue since technically the investigation was still open. Many believed Toll had lied about killing Adam Walsh in order to gain notoriety and attention. Many pieces of evidence that possibly linked to Otis Toll to the murder went missing in the police custody. Speculation began to take hold that another serial killer known to behead some of his victims, Jeffrey Dahmer, might have kidnapped and murdered young Adam Walsh. Adam Walsh decided to use his grief, frustration, and confusion and anger to help families that were going through tragedy on their own. In 1988, he began hosting a television program entitled America's Most Wanted. The show featured stories on dangerous fugitives that were wanted by the law, as well as occasionally doing features on missing people, or on people who had been found dead but could not be identified, such as the girl with the orange socks, that featured in another one of their stories. The show would go on to help catch over 1,000 fugitives, as well as to make John Walsh into a household name. Despite the fruits of their success helping other victims of crimes, eventually John and Reve Walsh decided enough was enough. They wanted to know the truth about their own little boy's killer. Had his killer died, or was he still out there? They hired a cold case private investigator, Joe Matthews, had once briefly been involved in the Adam Walsh case. When he was still working as a police officer, it was familiar with many of the details of the case. Matthews found a roll of film from the crime scene of Toll's car in a police cabinet that had been overlooked. He had the film developed. Toll had once claimed to have carelessly tossed Adam's severed head onto the floorboard of his car before forgetting about its presence for a while, eventually throwing the head out the window. In the pictures Joe Matthews developed, there is a bloody outline of a face in the carpet of the head where Toll said he threw the head. The face is clear. Reve Walsh recognized it as that of her son, saying, "A mother knows." Because of the evidence, Joe Matthews recovered the police closed the case in 2008. Adam's family had his head cremated though the location of his body remains unknown. Joe Matthews would go on to co-author a book about the search for Adam's killer. The Walshs had 3 more children. The Walshs family tragedy went on to make a major impact on the U.S. In 1983, a film was made about the case entitled Adam. As a result of John and Reve Matthews' advocacy work on behalf of missing children, U.S. Congress passed the Missing Children Assistance Act in 1984. In 2006, U.S. Congress passed the Adam Walsh Child Protection Safety Act, which maintains a national database of convicted child molesters. Today, if a child goes missing in a department store, the alert that goes off is called Code Adam, in memory of Adam Walsh. Thank you for staying to listen to this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe. As always, have an amazing day, and I hope to catch you in the next video. See you later. Bye-bye.